In this video, I'm going to show you how to build quickly a simple yet insightful sales dashboard. Hey there everyone, welcome to Teknisha, where you can find tips and tutorials on productivity tools. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash the bell icon to stay updated. Data is present everywhere in our lives. It is really important to get insightful information from this data. We can achieve that using dashboards. A key to a good dashboard is showing the right type and amount of information. Let's see how to build a simple dashboard. Here is the yearly sales data for a company. The different categories we have here are date, name, category, and amount. Before we start building a dashboard, we need to decide what type of information we want to report. Looking at the data here, the information I want to show in the dashboard is going to be the salesperson's performance, the category performance, and the daily trend. Before I begin in building the dashboard, I need to prep this data and calculate some information. So let me first format this whole data as a table. So let's just click anywhere within this data and go to Home and click this option, Format as Table. And automatically Excel will select the complete data, and let's just say it from A2 to D142, and my table has headers there. Let me just reset this. Before I start building the dashboard, I'd like to get the month and the week for this date so that we can do some quick analysis. So in column E, I'm going to type in the week, and column F is going to be the month. To calculate the week, I'm going to use the formula week num of the date and just press enter. Since I've converted the data to a table, I need to just enter the formula once and all the cells are subsequently calculated. Similarly for month, I'm going to rename my date, which is in cell A3, and it's going to show as date as MMM. And there. Now I've got the month for that respective date. This is all the information I need to make the dashboard. So let me first create a new sheet, and let's call this analysis. To make good interactive dashboards, you can use pivot tables. So let's go to this data here and go to Insert Pivot Table, and let's pick an existing worksheet. Let's go to the Analyst tab, and let me just select the cell C7 and press enter and say OK. The first report I want to do is based on my salesperson's name. So I'm just going to move this to the rows and the amount as my values. Since I want an interactive dashboard, I'm going to put the month and the week as my filters. There. Now we have the data for our salespeople. Let's insert a chart here. Okay, let me just pick a column chart. The next information I want to convey in this dashboard is going to be for the category. So all I'm going to do is copy this pivot table here and then paste it in the cell HNI. And now let's go to the pivot table field list. I'm going to remove the name and choose category. Good. And to this, let's assign a donut chart. Okay. I'm just going to change the design to say previous chart. And now for the third part of my dashboard, I want to put a date-wise trend. So let's just copy the pivot table again and put it in the column N. I'll always recommend to put pivot tables in adjacent and not below one another, because the pivot table can change its size. So here in our third table, I'm going to remove the category and put date. and in that I just don't want months right now. This is going to show the date-wise breakup of all the sales. And for this, I'm just going to insert a basic line chart. Okay, so let me just delete the legend and let's call it date-wise performance. Great. Now I think these are the three charts I want in my dashboard, but the main thing is we want it to be interactive, and that is where the power of pivot tables comes to our help. So when you click any of these pivot tables, in our pivot table analyze tab, you have a button called insert slicer. So when you click this, it asks you which are the slicers you want to have, and I'm going to choose month and week as my two slicers. Say OK. Now it would be great if we can link our slicers to all the pivot tables, which is possible here. So you right click on the slicer and go to report connections, and here we need to select all our pivot tables. Similarly, when we go and select the report connections for a weekly slicer and select all the pivot tables, now notice the month and week cells for all the three pivot tables. If I choose January, now all the three pivot tables month has changed, and you can see that the chart is also changing. So once I reset this, again the charts refresh. We have all the elements of our dashboard ready, so all we need to do is go and build it. So let's create a new sheet, and I like to remove the grid lines always from my dashboard sheet, and all we need to do is to copy all the elements. I've selected both my slicers and the chart. I'm going to cut them and paste them here. There you go. All we need to do now is cosmetic. Put them here. We can change the slicer information to have, let's say, 6 cells per row, and let's change the week to 25. There you go. And now this is going to be very simple yet powerful sales dashboard. So this dashboard shows you the salesperson's performance, the category performance, and date-wise performance now for the full year, because everything is selected. And let's say that you want to see for a particular month. All you need to do is click one month, and automatically the subsequent weeks are highlighted and the sales performance is updated. So let's say if you wanted to see a specific week, you get the data for specific week. Or let's say you want to see more than 1 month. All you need to do is select control and select 3 months, and now you get a very interactive and powerful dashboard. Dashboards that are well designed can be really powerful in getting the right information very quickly. I hope that this tutorial was of use to you. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel. Till next time, ciao.